There are very specific reasons why most online businesses fail, and none of these reasons are mysterious or unfixable. They are extremely predictable and they repeat themselves over and over again. And once you understand them, you will never build your business the same way again. And I have seen it over and over and over again in the past 10 years. I have spent coaching women and building companies. I have crossed just over 7 million in revenue across all of my businesses, and my clients have collectively generated over $500 million. So I do know a couple of things about online businesses. I've also seen the patterns repeat themselves over and over again because I have coached more than 25,000 women privately and inside of my programs and my courses. So when I tell you that I have seen everything, I really mean it. So let's start with the number one mistake I see. And this is people fall in love with the product that they're creating. So they spend weeks and weeks, months, some even spend longer designing the digital product or the online courses, the templates, the workbooks, the guides, the programs, the masterminds, all of that. And they hire help, they get a coach, they focus so much on the product and they want to make the product perfect. But then what happens? They get super exhausted, and by the time the product is done, they have no stamina left to market it. I've seen this actually quite often. They have no patience to do the most important part, which is to generate traffic. They underestimate how long it takes people to see what they have created and how many times they have to see it again and again and again. And the irony is that traffic is the most important part of the entire business. Your product is not the problem. Your problem is the traffic. Your offer is not broken. The problem is that you don't have an audience or a bigger audience. And here's the thing, I watch people pour their energy, like 95% into offer creation, and they spend 5% on visibility, where it should be the other way around, because traffic is the most important thing. So if you want to start making money online, you have to understand numbers. You need more people seeing your offer. You need consistency. You need data, and you need all of these different traffic sources so you can actually grow and scale. The second problem is patience. So people jump from one offer to another, from one idea to another, one direction to another, one industry to another. And the online world makes this so tempting because here's the thing, you are not creating a physical product. You don't have a physical store. You're not manufacturing. And so that changes things. You can just change things with just one click. But when you change too often, nothing really gets the chance to grow. You don't give your offer enough time to breathe, to evolve, to be seen, and to gain trust and momentum. And most of you don't even collect the data, so you don't know what's really happening. What you forget is that you admire these people who launch these different offers all of the time, but often these are people with a solid brand. They have reputation, they have solid marketing, they have been in the industry for quite a long time. So you are comparing yourself to somebody who's been in the industry for years. And instead of locking yourself into consistency, you start switching, you start rebranding, you start repackaging, you start tweaking, and you rob yourself of momentum. And here's another truth that will save you years. Most people do not have a selling problem. They have a visibility problem. They have a marketing problem. I hear this all the time with clients, and probably you experience the same. They say, when people talk to me, they actually buy. When people get into my DMs and we start chatting, they actually convert. When we get on a sales call it actually works and they say yes. But prior to that, I hear crickets. So it's not a product problem. It's not a sales process problem. It is a marketing problem. You have a problem with the top of your funnel, and most entrepreneurs have this problem. That means that you need a solid marketing strategy, because you're not driving enough people to your offers. You're not creating enough awareness. You don't have enough people to nurture consistently. And when this happens, people make the mistake of changing the offer again, instead of changing their marketing. So they start obsessing with the sales pages and what are the deliverables, and with bonuses, and with modules, and with pricing. And yes, all of these matter, but what matters even most is the lack of a proper marketing strategy. You are not thinking of driving more people. And I get it, because that's the difficult part. I think it's easy to create offers. I think the most difficult part is driving traffic. And I compare this to another analogy. So we see this with relationships the whole time. People think that if they get into a new relationship, it will be different. So they start getting all these new people, and for a short period of time, it feels good, and then things collapse. It is because they haven't worked on the internal structure. They haven't improved themselves. They haven't worked on their own traumas and issues. And it's pretty much the same with business. So if you avoid looking at the real issue, which I can guarantee you is a traffic issue, you will continue suffering no matter what offer you have. You will repeat the same cycle over and over and over again with the next offer and the next thing and the next trend. It's just going to happen, mainly because you have a marketing, traffic, consistency problem. So here are other reasons that I think are very important, and you should pay attention to them, because they are the silent killers in online businesses. So you have a product, but you don't have a brand. You are constantly creating content, constantly posting, but no one knows what you stand for. People buy from your clarity, your identity. If you don't have a clear brand message, your sales will always be inconsistent. Another thing is that most entrepreneurs guess instead of tracking. And I see this all the time. They are just second guessing their posts. They are putting things out there based on channeling things, on coming up with something, and they just download things and they sporadically post. Successful businesses make decisions based on data. This is why they scale. This is why they succeed, because they know what their audience wants and needs. Another issue is that people want money super fast. Like, they see entrepreneurship being overly glamorized, and now they think that it will happen instantaneously. That's not how it works. You need time, you need a product suite, you need consistency, you need a vision, you need a ladder, you need people to stay in your world for a longer period of time. And by the way, this is not just for online entrepreneurs. This pretty much applies to every single entrepreneur out there. And another thing is being uncomfortable. A lot of entrepreneurs are not okay with being uncomfortable, and you will have to be okay with staying out of your comfort zone for a very long period of time. Business rewards the ones who are willing to be uncomfortable compared to the average person. Success requires emotional strength. You cannot collapse every single time a post is underperforming, or you have a bad launch, or you have a product malfunction, or you have an issue with a client. You need real emotional leadership, and you need resilience. You need discipline. This is what separates successful entrepreneurs from struggling entrepreneurs. So how do we fix all of that? We named the problems. How do we fix these problems? Here's the short way to do that. First and foremost, it is extremely important to focus on doubling down on content creation, collaborations, reels, lead magnets, partnerships, YouTube videos. Different platforms have omnipresence, email marketing. You need to get in front of more people every single day. So stop changing, stop tweaking when you're bored. Stick to something as long as possible, but grow the audience every single day until you master the message. Because the thing is, when you change a lot of things, you're not mastering your message. Also, build marketing systems and not just random posting. Don't just randomly, sporadically be on social media. It is extremely important to nurture connections, to understand conversions, to have storytelling, to understand audience growth. You cannot rely on motivation or inspiration to grow. You have to rely on real data. You have to understand the customer's journey. You have to know your KPIs as well. When you know your numbers, you are making decisions from a grounded space and you become emotionally strong. You're not just coming up with new ideas sporadically all the time. And this gives you patience. It gives you discipline, and it acts so good on consistency. These are the skills that you have to build. Most businesses fail because they give up before the momentum kicks in, because of all of these things that I mentioned. They do not understand how long it takes to actually build trust. They expect speed instead of really making sure they master the game. But if you shift your focus from constant creation to constant visibility, you will build a real brand. And if you commit to actual strategy that works for you, if you learn to lead yourself emotionally, you will be unstoppable. I can guarantee you that. So if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments, what is the number one thing that you are focusing right now on in your business? What is the thing that you will be 100% locked into? And let me know in the comments. I love reading your comments. And if you want to be a part of a supportive community, I have created a free community for female entrepreneurs that you can join. The link will be somewhere down there so you can join us. I do a lot of free trainings. I also communicate with pretty much every single member of the community on a daily basis. So I hope that you enjoy that, and I can't wait to see you crushing it.